venue that is usually not their original home grounds. In case you just joined us, this venue, the Accra Sports Stadium, is the adopted home grounds for Nsoatreman for this competition, at least in the preliminary round of matches, because their venue, that's an Anakuna Mansa Park in Nsoatre, is not fit for purpose when it comes to the Confederation of African Football's standard and approved venues for games of this nature.
It's quite a long journey all the way from Nsoatre to Accra.
That's the lineup for the home side in Nsoatreman. Goalkeeper Daniel Afaju in post. At right back is Richard Aqua. Left back is Shaibu Idrisu. Isaka Mohammed and Ebenezer Seche in midfield. In central defense, Amu plays right in front of them. Walid Neema and Michael Aka in the central midfield positions. Stephen Diyu, Rahman and Maida in a three-man attack under the tutelage of former Ghana international Yao Prekum. Prekum joined Nsoatreman at the start of the new season following the departure of Maxwell Kunedu, who guided the team to win the MTN FA Cup that aided their qualification into the African Confederations Cup. Goalkeeper Daniel Afaju is captain for the side this afternoon, and the Chadians are also captained by Max Danikao. Our referees are from Morocco. Referee Hikam Temsamani is the centre man. So that's the away team. Goalkeeper Mamad Bechiri Moral at left back. Nadigam Bambara Jela, Ayub Salim, Engadum, Frederick Jota, Danikal, Abo Idris, and Ali Gokuni. These are the guys lining up for Elexport this afternoon, and they are in yellow and black jerseys, and Nsoatreman are in their traditional green and yellow jerseys.
Anticipating a tough game here. It will be very, very tough, looking at the fact that both teams managed to book a ticket into this competition by virtue of the fact that they won their respective domestic cups. It would be a long, long afternoon for both teams, but Nsoatreman should look poised. They should be buoyed for this one. They are playing at home, despite the fact that they have to travel, a long time or be on the road for quite a while.
Referee having a word with the fourth referee. Our referees, referee Hikem Timsamani, assisted by Lashin Asgao and Zakaria Bwashtui, Moroccan officials. And our fourth referee is Shaf Mustafa. So the battle lines are drawn, and the debut campaign for Nsoatreman in Continental Club football begins with this game against Elexport of Chad here at the Accra Sports Stadium. Enjoy the game in our coverage on Max TV, also live on Star Times. It's the Chadians who kick off here in Accra. There we go. Elexport gets us going here in Accra. Trying to make the first incursion into the game, and Isaka Mohammed for Nsoatreman. Now Shaibu Idrisu. There's a handball, free kick, first foul of the afternoon.
Interesting the kind of energy the Chadians are using. You can see how they would love to press. Originally they've been shaped up in that 4-3-3 formation with Kokoni playing from the right hand side.
Ebenezer Seche. Now Isaka is trying to find Stephen Diyu. It's a lovely run from the winger. Here is Diyu. He turns around Salim, swings in across. Now Edu Maida. Here is the right winger, Kwabna Edu, but he's dispossessed of the ball. Walid Fuseni with a brilliant tackle to kick the ball out for a throw into Elexport.
That was a great incursion. You could see Idris playing from the left-hand side for Elexport, tracking back, trying to help with the defensive duties. It's how you shape up without the ball. It's going to be very, very important for both teams this afternoon.
Here is Moral. Aqua, Fuseni, Aka, Elexport take control. Here is Frederick, but Isaka steps up. Good control from the centre back. He takes the initiative in a lovely solo run. He puts one through for DU. Flag goes up and DU is offside. Steven DU, he made the run from that pass by Isaka, but it was obvious he was always trained offside.
That was a good run from Isaka all the way from the half of Nsoatreman, and DU just too fast, bit pacey, and just failed to time that run. But Nsoatreman making it known how they would want to break down the Elexport defense with some speed and pace.
Jella with a long ball in. Nsoatreman. Here is Ebenezer Nsoatreman, one of the new players brought in by Nsoatreman, but he's giving the ball away. Abdulrahman to Edu Maida. Here is Maida. He wants to take the run on the right-hand side. It is still Maida. Swings in across, trying to get to DU. Now DU finally has got the ball. He's got Salim to beat. Some brilliant skill there. Nothing positive in the end for Nsoatreman, but they're looking promising with their movement and how they've gone into enemy territory a couple of times in the game so far.
Already it's DU and Edu Maida both playing at either flanks for Nsoatreman. We've spoken about how Nsoatreman want to, hit at Elexport using the wide areas. That's where they have their strength.
Amu, diminutive but very skillful and very strong on the ball. He's also one of those new players brought in by Nsoatreman at the start of the campaign.
And he's played in place of Sadat, who scored for them during that final to when they were ticketed into this competition. When you're deputizing for such an experienced player in that very, very important position, you should have a lot of qualities, and I believe Amo is really showing that already in the game.
Throwing for Elexport. Isaka turns to DU right in the middle of the park. Here is the Nsoatreman number 10. Very instrumental for them in the Ghana Premier League last season. Now Rahman can get to DU, but the final touch came off Inga Dujim for a throw into Nsoatreman.
Enjoying possession now, gaining some dominance in the middle third. Just have to be decisive when entering the final third of attack, Nsoatreman.
Nsoatreman. Now Aqua returns the ball to Amu. Idrisu to Nsoatreman.
It's interesting to notice how they are pushing their fullbacks forward and allowing their DM Amo to slot in so that they can hold on to the ball, creating overloads in the midfield. And all Elexport can do now is to just keep their shape.
Now DU, very pacey and skillful DU. Now here is Abdulrahman. Shows great strength and desire, but he's unable to keep the ball in as he rolls outside for a goal kick. We've done 6 minutes at the Accra Sports Stadium as a CAF Confederations Cup preliminary round game between Nsoatreman and Elect Sport of Chad is goalless.
That was a good effort from Rahman. Quite a lot of pressure will be on his shoulders this afternoon if Nsoatreman could get a goal here.
Nsoatreman are hoping to, that's an accidental slip from Isaka Mohammed. I was telling you about how Nsoatreman will hope to replicate the success story of Dreams FC, who represented Ghana and did incredibly well in their maiden appearance in the Confederations Cup last term. They went all the way into the semi-finals, only to crash out against Zamalek in Kumasi, but it was an exciting fairy tale run that eventually took them to the corridors of global conversations. There's a corner for Nsoatreman. Good pressure from the man in green.
Yeah, and that's what they are doing. Passing the ball slowly and steadily, but still making progress whenever they enter the third half of attack. Still need to be more, decisive in those final passes.
Corner for Nsoatreman. Michael Akabalak to take. Bends one to the near post, is cleared away by Moral. DU racing on for it. DU controls for Nsoatreman, tries to put one through for Maida. Maida is up against Moral and he's used his strength to advantage. It's a goal kick to Elect Sport of Chad.
They keep in a good shape, Elect Sport. See that backfall of Moral, letting Gamgela and also Salima at the back. Been very, very steady, not giving away any fouls at all so far, despite the early pressure from Nsoatreman. These are hard-working players, Elect Sport, and for them to have qualified for this showpiece tells you how good they were in the cup competition.
Shaibu Idrisu beaten on the left-hand side by Salim. And here the goal. Here's Inga Dojim, unable to perfectly string those passes together. The throw into Nsoatreman.
It's the first time we actually seen him in action in Dojim. Did so well with those couple of 1-2s, trying to make some real incursions for Elect Sport. We've not really did see them threatening Nsoatreman so far.
Abdul Razak. There's a foul. Shaibu Idrisu bringing down Gokuni.
Yeah, and could see Rahman trying to win that ball first, but it was Shaibu from the left-hand side. But so cautious with that tackle. You just look at how they've shaped up. Talking about Elect Sport, they've been very, very resolute so far. And it could be the first time for them to make some real, incursion here.
Free kick taken deep into Nsoatreman territory, away by Isaka, flicked on by DU. Now Rahman, but Moral steps up. That looked like an awkward clearance from the left back. He was caught very tight in that position, so Nsoatreman will gain the advantage again.
Yeah, there was pressure coming from Rahman. He was thinking that he could have just hit that one. First time of asking with the left, but unfortunately wasn't accurate.
Here's Rahman. Good defensive done by Salim. Shaibu Idrisu's delivery. Headed down again by Jela. Free kick for Nsoatreman.
Yeah, that was a bit needless, if you should ask me. And it was in Gandhi with that foul. Just a couple of minutes ago, we saw Shaibu just giving away a free kick, and now he's won one for Nsoatreman. And these are the chances they should be taking in such a tight contest.
DU goes slow, cross comes in. That's good defending from Jela. He had to stand really well and ensure the boy is not striking in parts of his arm.
Exactly, and that was a good free kick routine from Nsoatreman, with DU just taking that short pass and trying to go direct with a strong cross into the box. But Elect Sport are showing that they can be very good defensively, and so far you can see them keeping, their shape, being disciplined as well of the ball.
Chance for Nsoatreman. Here is Maida, but that's some clever defending from the left back, Jimotum Moral. Look how he just went in front of Maida.
It looked more like a poor first touch from Maida, if you should ask me. He should have taken that touch right in front of him instead of going diagonally. Allowed Moral to just step in front of him and intercept that ball.
Corner for the Ghanaians. Balak's ball, nearly an own goal. And they get another corner from the airport in Nsoatreman. And Elect Sport left off the hook.
Yeah, and they're applying pressure now. It's now or never for them in Nsoatreman. And just look at that ball from Balak. Very incisive cross.
Chance for Nsoatreman. Ball is cleared away eventually by Salim. DU is giving the ball away. It could be a positive counter for Elect Sport. Here is Danny Carl, the captain, but he doesn't get it right.
And just see how they retain or they try and win back that ball in Nsoatreman. And you can speak all about their presence so far in the game. Right after the corner kick, barely 5 seconds later, you find a couple of players back trying to retrieve that lost ball. That's just good pressing from Nsoatreman.
Here is Maida with a first touch looking for Abdurrahman. Abdurrahman unable to control, but he gets it second time. But the first touch gives him possession to the Chad side. They've also given the ball away. Abu Frederick throwing, taking out Husseini. Maida, that's horrible from Kwabna Edu Maida. Goal kick.
It's just poor from Kwabna Edu Maida after Walid did so well to create enough space and room for him to just strike that one into the box. A couple of players waiting for a good delivery, but unfortunately Maida could only hit that one wayward. And it's good what they are doing at those wide areas, with the fullbacks also trying to help whenever they attack.
Here is the Ebenezer Setre. He joined in Nsoatreman for relegated Great Olympics in the Ghana Premier League. Now here's Walid Husseini. Long one looking for Maida. Flag goes up. Kwabna Edu Maida is offside.
Again, they are failing to time their runs. This time it's Rahman who's leading the attack. And just look at that. It was Moral who did so well. Timed his run perfectly. And just look at that. The two centre-back pairing combining perfectly off the ball.
Captain of the side, Max Danikal, with another disappointing delivery that is not troubling the home side in any way. We've done a quarter of an hour mark already at the Accra Sports Stadium, and it's barring between Ghana's Nsoatreman and Elect Sport from Chad in the CAF Confederations Cup preliminary round game here at the Accra Sports Stadium in Ghana.
That was Danny Carl. He just wants to be involved. So far he's been isolated. The centre-back pairing of Nsoatreman are doing a marvellous job on him, and you wouldn't fault him for trying that one, trying to be bold on that occasion.
Edumeda. Once again, the flag goes up against the winger for offside.
And it's noticeable those balls into the third half are coming from the right-hand side of the Nsoatreman attack. And this time, it came from Aqua. And just look at that, again failing to time his run. Not a bad ball though, just took off too early.
Here is Danny Carl, he's up against Aqua. Cross delivered, nearly the own opening goal for Elect Sport. Miscommunication between Daniel Ofaju and Isaka.
Holds up play so well. And that's Max, and just look at that cross, very incisive into a dangerous area right between the goalkeeper and Isaka, making it difficult for them to deal with it. Fortunately, Frederick just couldn't get that one on target. Tell you what, that should have been the first goal for Elect Sport.
They seem to be coming into the game gradually, but Jota Frederick's effort is not powerful enough, very feeble and not troubling the home side.
They are beginning to gain confidence, Elect Sport. They're beginning to have a feel of the ball in the final third. And that's just what they want. You keep your shape. Just don't give away any cheap fouls. Just stay disciplined with it as well. And that's just what they are doing. Just sticking to the game plan.
Here is Stephen Diu. Puts one through for Shaibu Idrisu, but he's not on the same page with either of Diu and Rahman, and goalkeeper of the side, Mahamad Bachiri, is already out for the ball.
It's always nice to see a fullback in an attacking position, but you would always hope for a very good ball into the box, a ball into the channel for the attacker to feed on. On that occasion, Shaibu just hit that one without any precision at all, especially when DU was just trying to evade the offside trap.
So the Champions League and the Confederations Cup began on Friday throughout yesterday, and then today the games are continuing. In the African Champions League, we've had some interesting results from games that have been cleared so far. We've seen FC Vitalo losing 4-0 to Young Africans. Africa Stars beating Gaborone Galaxy by 1-0. Resta drawing goalless with Jolibo of Mali. Stade Abidjan drawing 1-1 with FC Tanger. Ngazi Platinum also drawing goalless with AS Maniama. San Pedro of Cote d'Ivoire drew 1-1 with Ball Rangers. Douani de Burkina Faso drew goalless with Cotonou du Benin. And Al Nasser of Libya also drew goalless with Al Marik of Sudan. In the CAF Confederations Cup, where Nsoatreman is playing, it's been exciting from Friday throughout yesterday. There's a foul for Nsoatreman. It's a good call from the Moroccan referee, Tem Samani.
Yeah, that was a good call. Ngando Jim being involved again. Just look at that. A bit heavy, outstretched arm as well. Just catching Amo in the face. It's just a good call.
So in the Confederations Cup, Constantine of Algeria have beaten Police FC of Rwanda by 2-0. Hotspurs lost 3-0 to Stellenbosch United of South Africa. Bravo FC beat Union Coastal 3-0. That's a lovely touch from Walid Husseini. And the dummy from Maida is brilliant. And Aqua is arriving. He sends an early cross. Abdurrahman has missed. Can they score? It's some good defending from Salim to put the ball out for a corner to Nsoatreman.
What a way to attack. What a way. But that dummy from Walid Husseini. And you could see that Aqua has so much space, but he did so well. Just bent that one low into the 18-yard box. Again, eluding everyone in the box. It was Stephen DU who was trying to, make amends, but unfortunately, there was so much strength in the whip.
Chance. That's nearly the opening goal for Nsoatreman. They're looking promising, and they're taking the game to the opponents. That's some good turn from Abdulrahman to get to DU. The movement was precise, and
defenders do not like that when you make runs right behind them. Makes it difficult for them to track, and that was what Rahman was doing. Just made a good run, received that ball, but it was so unlucky that effort could only hit the side net.
cross comes in, but goalkeeper Mamhat does well to fist the ball away. Maida. Now here's Aqua to Walid Husseini. He swings in across and is cleared away by Jela. Ebenezer Setre loses the battle. Here comes Frederick. He's on his bike. Isaka is approaching. Frederick hangs on, but Walid Husseini again does what to mop up intelligently for his side.
And it's the ball recovery time for Nsoatreman whenever they lose it. The press, especially when they know that Elect Sports are trying to charge forward.
Maida stays onside. Here is Kwabne Dumaida. Morale is trying to challenge for it. And the goalkeeper, Mahamad Bachir, is out for the ball.
He always does so well with those recovery balls with Morale. This time round, almost a foot, away. But it's the first touch again from Kwabne Dumaida. Not the best of first touches. And you can see Morale doing so well to get in between Maida and the ball. Did well to just slow him down a bit. And the goalkeeper would only save that ball. It's been interesting in Nsoatreman how they've shaped up this afternoon. They're playing so well, but sometimes in tight games like this, in elimination games like this, you need to get a goal, especially when you're playing at home.
Stephen Diu for the Ghanaian Cup champions. Abdulrahman. Ball is cleared away by Nedingham. Shaibu Idrisu to Abdulrahman. Diu. He's been lively for Nsoatreman. Now Shaibu wants to make a run. Good defending from Jela. Referee was right there. It's a good call, I think.
It's a perfect call, if you should ask me. And again, a series of bad touches from Shaibu. Again, he found himself in an attacking position where he could have even swung in a good cross, but credit also to Salim, keeping tabs on him closely, not allowing him any freedom on the ball. They know that if they would want to advance to the next stage, Elect Sport, then they will have to try and, just shut the Nsoatreman attack from scoring at all.
Elect Sport are 7-time champions of the Chad League. They are a real force to reckon with back home in Chad. They are based in N'Djamena. They've won the N'Djamena Cup on 2 occasions, in 2012 and 2014. Interestingly, they've never gone past the first round in any of the CAF inter-club competitions they've played in. And here is Abdulrahman. There's a chance for Nsoatreman to score the opening goal. Abdulrahman, and he's missed, unable to score. How did he miss? This was a clear-cut goal-scoring opportunity for the Ghanaians, and they never made it count.
This time it was a good first touch, but a poor finishing move from Abdulrahman. We've spoken about the number of times those dangerous balls have come from the right-hand side, but just look at that. Trying to finish with the left foot, and it was the goalkeeper that had it covered for Elect Sport. That was a good move, but poor finishing from Rahman.
Free kick for Elect Sport. In 2009, they got kicked out in the preliminary round of the African Confederations Cup. In the African Champions League, I should say, in 2018, they suffered the same fate. And in 2020, they were kicked out in the first round in the Confederations Cup. In 2013, and it's almost the same fate they suffered in both the Champions League and the Confederations Cup. But look at the big chance that fell to Abdurrahman.
That was a good ball from Walid. Just a good, incisive ball into space. And Rahman had acres of space, and you'd be thinking, he just stick to the right-hand side instead of trying to move that ball across to the left-hand side. And Bashir, that was smart thinking to go down quickly and reacted to that. Good reflex move from the goalkeeper.
Daniel Ofaju will collect this one for Nsoatreman. They seem to be in a hurry to get things done in Nsoatreman. That could be the undoing. Now they've committed a free kick just right before the referee around the center circle.
Shaibu, he's been hyper in the last couple of minutes, playing some advanced position now. For a second I was thinking he wore the ball fair and square, but I think he made contact again with the leg spot player.
Again, the captain, for the third time, has shot far into the stands and is a goal kick.
He's been awful with those shots from distance. Danny Carr not really been precise with the shots.
Frederick, you're thinking it should be a foul for Nsoatreman. The very hard tackle by Nedingam on Abdurrahman.
I noticed the swapping positions from the wide players for Elect Sport. Idris started from the left-hand side. He's now playing more from the right-hand side, because you find both Shaibu as a left back and also Aqua from right back doing some good job on the wingers of Elect Sport.
Ebenezer Sechere. Kwabna Edumeida back to Sechere. Now Walid Fuseni. Aqua. Maida. Fuseni. It's a good ball to Abdurrahman. Does he shoot first time? He goes low and ball is cleared away by Salim. It falls back to Aqua, who swings in across, and Michael Aka is not arriving in time.
It's just missing the finishing touch. If you should ask me, that's just what's lacking for them. Created some decent chances, big chances as well. But it's that final ball to go past Bashir. That's what's been missing for Nsoatreman. You'll be thinking, does winning get them even more frustrated towards the end of the game if the score remains this way?
Here is Diu. Twisting and turning down the left-hand side. He won't support it. It's still Diu. Enga the gym is approaching. And there's the opening goal for Nsoatreman. Abdurrahman finally breaks the deadlock. It was always going to be him. The target man hits the back of the net. Nsoatreman 1. Elect Sport of Chad 0.
It's been covered. They've been banging on the doors of Elect Sport all afternoon, and we've spoken about the sharpness of the wide players, DU and also Maida, and just look at that. That's so well to hang on to the ball. Ngandojim, trying to police him over there, but then look at that cross. It was a some shots one, and the header onto the turf, making it difficult for Bashir to head or get his hands on that one, but that was a good move to dummy him to the wrong side, created enough space, and the finishing was just sweet.
Abdurrahman opens the scoring for the Ghanaians. Nsoatreman. It is Nsoatreman 1, Elect Sport 0. I tell you what, the dexterity and the flamboyance of Stephen Diu down the left-hand side will be crucial for the success of Nsoatreman in today's game. Everything that has happened on that left wing has been around him,
yeah,
Diu.
The coach knows sometimes when your opposing defense is quite stiff, then you need to create those 1v1 situations, and on that occasion he did so well to create some room for himself before sending in the cross, and he knew what he was doing with the ball. He just knew he wasn't going to lose it. Just had to, you know, play some tricks on Ngando GM before sending that one in.
Michael Aka is a lovely switch to Idrisu. And he's got some good whips on that left foot of his, but I see him going for Daniel Amu. Amu collects the ball. He's looking for options. It's a good ball to find Michael Aka. Idrisu's cross, head away by Jela. Gokuni dispossessed by Amu, and Amu cleverly finds Sechere. Amu goes down, but the referee is telling him to pick up himself. Isaka is trying to find Maida. He's all alone. Heads the ball down to the goal scorer, Abdul Rahman, to Maida. He goes in. Here is Maida through the middle. Michael Aka. Here is Maida. Can he score the second? And Nsoatreman have doubled their lead. It's Kwabena Edu Maida who makes it 2-0 for Nsoatreman. The perfect start they've been looking forward to in this preliminary round of game against the Chad side. 2-0 up in 32 minutes.
Can I tell you what, this is a goal you should be seeing in the final, not in the prelims, but just look at that, Maida starting the move, and that ball again back to him, and you could see it was Nedingam trying to play the offside trap. He was trying to play Maida offside, but just look at Maida, that's so well, continues with his run after finding his teammate, and the ball back to him, and just look at that, took his time, just slotted that one past the goalkeeper Bashir.
The presence of mind from Michael Balak Aka to locate Maida with that 1-2 is quick thinking and intelligence at display by the young chap. Aka's header. Amu is beaten in the air. Isaka clears the ball away. Only as far as Salim. He prefers the safety first precaution. Let the ball go to the corner. Let's defend so I don't make any mistake. Shaibu Idrisu.
Azali, they have the momentum. You don't give away any cheap ball at all. He played with the safety first rule. Let me just take that one out. At least we can be, you know, fully aware of what's coming. High concentration and deal with it.
Corner taken. Header coming in from Abo Idris. Scales over the bar for a goal kick.
That wasn't a bad set piece. That was a good corner. The connection from Idris was also lovely, but that wasn't on target. That was never going to worry Afaju at all. We spoke about Nsoatreman, you know, missing chances, squandering chances, and how they could get frustrated if the goals were not coming, and now they look calmer. Yeah, you know, passing the ball around lovely.
Edu Maida on his bike again. Here is Maida. He goes for the first time. Now Walid. Abdul Rahman makes it 3 for Nsoatreman. They are on some demolition exercise. It's only 34 minutes, but the team from Nsoatreman are leading by 3 goals to 0 here at the Accra Sports Stadium against Elexpo of Chad. And Abdul Rahman gets a brace, but look at Kwabena Edu Maida, that ball to the middle, and the dummy by Walid.
Azali, it's just a great ball, but then that, you know, switch of play to find Maida. He had space, but I love the directness about Maida. He just goes one touch, and he was thinking Walid would get there. Walid fakes, and Rahman just had all the time to just bury that, and there was no way he was going to miss this. And all they needed was the first goal in Nsoatreman. They were banging on the doors of Elexpo. They just needed the first goal to get away, and now they have it, and they're on a roll.
Nsoatreman on fire in Accra. Mohamed Abdul Rahman on the double. Here is Maida. He's been a thorn in the flesh of these Chad defenders, and this certainly should be a yellow card. It's a clumsy tackle. It's a very unpardonable error. He gets a yellow card. Frederick, it's some of frustration they are going through now.
Yeah, it's frustrating times for them. You wouldn't blame them for you to concede 3 goals in the space of 10 minutes. You know, sums up their day already. It's barely 36 minutes played, and just look at what you're going through now, and you wouldn't blame Frederick at all. He tried to track back. He thought he was going to win that cleanly, but he just made contact with the legs of Maida.
Free kick for Nsoatreman. Walid Husseini swings one in. Isaka, his effort just graces across the face of the 18-yard box, and the flag is up for offside against Stephen D.U.
Yeah, not what he was expecting. Isaka from the far side. That was a good in-swinging ball from Walid. And just look at that hit from Isaka. And D.U. well where he was, just miles ahead of the last Elect Sport player.
Here is Abdurrahman. He could be on his way to a hat-trick. That's intelligent play from Frederick. He's trying to get to Idris, but ball is cleared away by Setre. Now Moral. Maida. His pressing play is very impressive, Maida. Balak. Neymar. That's a strong challenge, and Moral goes down from the challenge of Walid Husseini. Referee will have a word for him. He doesn't get a yellow card. He's a lucky boy, Walid Husseini. Neymar.
That was a hard one from Walid. That was a very aggressive one. Just look at that. And it was Moral who had the ball. That was a very hard tackle. Walid should be very careful. You can see protest from the technical bench of Elect Sport. Not so happy with that tackle.
Nedingham's ball in. Setre clears the ball. Now Maida. One of the brightest spots for Nsoatreman. Abdurrahman is a poor pass from the centre forward. Setre. Walid Husseini all the way back to Daniel Afaju, who is yet to be tested in this afternoon's game. He's been on a virtual holiday.
Credit to the back four protecting him, and also to Amu, who's playing as a DM today. They've really done so well trying to, you know, keep the attack of Elect Sport out of the game. And interesting, it's Ebenezer Setre's first competitive game for Nsoatreman, and he's partnered Mohamed so well up until this stage.
That position, I tell you what, it's certainly not up for grabs. You do your job, you slot in. They brought in a young guy from the relegated Bofakota in Premier League. He's also a centre-back, but he's on the bench this afternoon. Already they have a player in Morrison who is yet to recover from injury. Free kick taken by Frederick and is straight to Afaju.
That's why probably after this game, Setre will be thinking, I'll have ended the place after such, you know, a 10 out of 10 performance in defense.
The only mainstay in that back line is Isaka Mohammed. They lost Eric Osebonso after last season's Premier League. Is replaced by the rather very efficient Shaibu Idris, who joined from former Ghanaian champions, the Guyana Stars. But it's a poor ball from Aka. Referee steps up because he thinks there was a push and there was a foul on the young midfielder. 40 minutes at the Accra Sports Stadium in Ghana. It's a CAF Confederations Cup preliminary round. Game between Ghana's Nsoatreman and Elect Sport of Chad. It's 3-0 for the Ghanaians.
And we're thinking, are they done? Nsoatreman, despite being 3 up, they've showed glimpses that they still want more. They're hungry for more. And if you're playing in your first ever game in a CAF competition, then this is just a good show for them.
Maida, Setre, Daniel Amu. Showed too much of the ball to the opponent, but he's lucky. Setre steps up and mops that area for him. Here comes Ebenezer Setre. Jella loses out. Here's Abdurrahman, but Jella makes up for his earlier mistake. Rahman fails to punish him.
And it's Rahman's confidence now. He's on a hat trick, and you could see what he was trying to do. You would think he would just try and toe hook that with some power past Bashir.
Here is Isaka. They are 3-0 up, but their coach, Nsoatreman, doesn't seem to be satisfied. He's been on his feet, issuing out instructions from minute 1. Even when they scored the third goal, he didn't still look satisfied, Preku.
It tells you his level of, hunger and, drive.
Here's Idrisu. He prefers to go back to the middle and find Dan Amu to Isaka. There's a poor ball from Isaka. They regain possession.
Talking about the head coach, he's a man of high standards, and he knows who his, predecessor was and what he's done. The mark is left in Nsoatreman.
Here's Maida. It's looking good for them, but this time Abdurrahman is unlucky. He seems to have made a late contact with the head of goalkeeper Bashir.
That was a good ball again from Kwabena Maida. Just look at that. Just did so well. Played that one into the channel, hoping that Rahman could get there first. Bit of a slow reaction from Rahman, but they are combining so well. Maida, Rahman, and Stephen Diu front 3-4 in Nsoatreman.
There's a calmness and the composure exhibited by the backline that has really caught my eye, considering that 2 of those players in the back 4 are completely new players. Here is Salim. Now they have a chance. Gokuni. Clever play from Isaka.
Thinking why he's always the first, at the back 4. Whenever you mention Nsoatreman defense, and that's the leader at the back for them. Throughout their cup triumph last season, he's been rock solid, and Apollo at the back for them. You can see the calmness with which he plays with.
Amu is trying to go long, and his target is DU, but the ball is headed down by Salim. Now Shaibu Idrisu to Isaka.
They spoke about the fact that Nsoatreman is not okay. He feels they can get more, and that's what you do. You put fear in your opponent. There's still a second leg to be played, and they wouldn't take any chances at all, despite the fact that they are playing so well now, and they are 3 up. They still know that there's another 45 minutes to play and another 90 minutes to be played all the way in charge.
We've done 45 minutes already here, and we're doing 2 additional minutes. Nsoatreman leading Ilexport of Chad by 3 goals to 0 here at the Accra Sports Stadium. Daniel Amu's header. Here is Stephen Diu. Idrisu makes the run on the left-hand side. Diu wants to collect it, but Jella steps up. That's some good defending from Bambara Jella.
Yeah, intermittently we've seen them, exhibit some good defensive skills at the back, but maybe they will be trying to control the damage already done. It's 3-0, and they know it could be even a worse or a long afternoon for them, but you still have to try and, protect the current scoreline, not allowing any more goals to be scored.
Aqua to Wali Fuseni, Maida. Now Aka, Abdurrahman, showing some great confidence after those 2 goals. Walid Fuseni, Aqua, good 1-2. Walid Fuseni, lovely play together with Aka. Now Abdurrahman He goes for goal. I thought he was going to go for the cutback, but the flag had already gone up for offside.
Yeah. That was a good move defensively. Just look at that. They knew. And it was Jella, the man who had his eyes, and that's just the right call. Just a fraction offside, Rahman. Again, defenders just don't like strikers who love making the moves, always on the run, trying to get behind them. It makes it so difficult for them to, track them all the time. And that's what Rahman is doing this afternoon. And Nedingam and Jella, are really struggling with his movement this afternoon.
Half-time whistle at the Accra Sports Stadium. The Ghanaians, Nsoatreman, have taken a comfortable 3-0 lead here against Elect Sport of Chad. It's a preliminary round game in the CAF Confederations Cup, a debut campaign for Nsoatreman, and it's begun in majestic fashion, at least in the opening 45 minutes plus 2 minutes of additional time. It's been a dominant and an inspiring performance from Nsoatreman. Half-time at the Accra Sports Stadium. Nsoatreman 3, Elect Sport 0. Good run for their money. Elect Sport FC. We are live on Max TV and also live on Star Times. My name is Nana Dak Africa a couple of times, unlike Nsoatreman, who are making regional home grounds. In case you just joined us, this venue, the Accra Sports Stadium, aided their qualification into the African Confederations Cup. Goalkeeper Daniel Afaju is captain for the side this afternoon, and the Chadians are also captained by, there we go, Elect Sport gets us going here in Accra. Trying to make the first incursion into the game, and Isaka Mohammed for Nsoatreman. Now Shaibu Idrisu. There's a handball, free kick, France. Balak's ball, nearly an own goal, and they get another corner.
Eddie.
Here is Danny Carlis up against Aqua. Cross delivered, nearly the own opening goal for Elect Sport, and Isaka.
Holds up play so well. And that's Max, and just look at that cross, very incisive into a dangerous area right between the
Bravo FC beat Union Coastal 3-0. That's a lovely touch from Walid Husseini, and the dummy from Maida is brilliant, and Aqua is arriving. He sends an early cross. Abdurrahman Smith, can they score? It's some good defending from Salim to put the ball
back. What a way, but that dummy from Walid Husseini, and you could see that Aqua had so much space, but he did so well. Just bent that one low. It was Stephen DU who was trying to, make amends, but unfortunately, there was so much strength in the whip.
Chance. That's nearly the
Elect Sports are trying to charge forward.
Maida stays onside. Here is Kwabne Dumeida. Morale is trying to challenge for it, and the goalkeeper Mahamad
so well with those recovery balls with Morale. This time round, almost a foot, away. But it's the first touch again from Kwabne Dumeida. Not the best of first touches. And you can see Morale doing so well.
They've never gone past the first round in any of the CAF inter-club competitions they've played in. And here is Abdurrahman. There's a chance for Nsoatreman to score the opening goal. Abdurrahman, and he's missed, unable to score. How did he miss? This was a clear-cut goal scoring up, made it count.
This time it was a good first touch, but a poor finishing move from Abdurrahman. We've spoken about the number of times those dangerous balls have come from the right-hand side, but just look at that.
Yeah. Husseini. It's a good ball to Abdurrahman. Does he shoot first time? He goes low, and ball is cleared away by Salim. It falls back to Aqua, who swings in across, and Michael Aka is not a you. Twisting and turning down the left-hand side. He won't support it. It's still DU. Ngadojim is approaching, and there's the opening goal for Nsoatreman. Abdulrahman finally breaks the deadlock. It was always going to be him. The target man hits the back of the net. Nsoatreman 1, Elexport of Chad 0.
And also Maida, and just look at that. That's so well to hang on to the ball. Ngandojim, trying to police him over there, but then look at that cross. It was a some shots one. And the header onto the turf, making it difficult for Bashir to head or get his hands on that one, but that was a good move to dummy him to the wrong side. Created enough space, and the finishing was just sweet.
Abdulrahman Isaka is trying to find Maida. He's all alone. Heads the ball down to the goal scorer, Abdulrahman, to Maida. He goes in. Here is Maida through the middle. Michael Aka. Here is Maida. Can he score the second? And Nsoatreman have doubled their lead. It's Kwabna Edu Maida who makes it 2-0 for Nsoatreman. The perfect start they've been looking forward to in this preliminary round of game.
Tell you what, this is a goal you should be seeing in the final, not in the prelims, but just look at that. Maida starting the move, and that ball again back to him. And you could see it was Nedingam trying to play the offside trap. He was trying to play Maida offside, but just look at Maida. That's so well. Continues with his run after finding his teammate, and the ball back to him, and just look at that. Took his time. Just lows were not coming, and now they look calmer. Yeah, passing the ball around lovely.
Edu Maida on his bike again. Here is Maida. He goes for the first time. Now Walid. Abdulrahman makes it 3 for Nsoatreman. They are on some demolition exercise. It's only 34 minutes, but the team from Nsoatreman are leading by 3 goals to 0 here at the Accra Sports Stadium. Again, just a brace, but look at Kwabna Edu Maida. That ball to the middle, and the dummy by Walid.
Azalia playing to find Maida. He had space, but I love the directness about Maida. He just goes one touch. He was thinking Walid would get there. Walid fakes and run that, and there was no way he was going to miss this. And all they needed was the first goal in Nsoatreman. They were banging on the doors of Elexport. They just needed the first goal to get away, and now they have it. And yeah, I'm really struggling with his movement this afternoon.
Halftime whistle at the Accra Sports Stadium. The Ghanaians and Nsoatreman have taken a comfortable 3-0 lead here against Elexport of Chad. It's a preliminary round game in the CAF Confederations Cup, a debut campaign for Nsoatreman, and it's begun in majestic fashion, at least in the opening 45 minutes plus 2 minutes of additional time. It's been a dominant and an inspiring performance from Nsoatreman. Halftime at the Accra Sports Stadium. Nsoatreman 3, Elexport 0. Sport FC. We're live on Max TV and also live on Star Times. My name is Nana, Dark Africa a couple of times, unlike Nsoatreman, who are making regional home grounds. In case you just joined us, this venue, the Accra Sports Stadium, aided their qualification into the African Confederations Cup. Goalkeeper Daniel Afaju is captain for the side this afternoon, and the Chadians are also captained by. There we go. Elexport gets us going here in Accra. Trying to make the first incursion into the game, and Isaka Mohammed for Nsoatreman. Now Shaibu Idrisu. There's a handball. Free kick for Jens. Balak's ball, nearly an own goal. And they get another corner.
Early.
Here is Danny Carlis up against Aqua. Cross delivered. Nearly the own opening goal for Elexport and Isaka.
Hota plays so well. And that's Max, and just look at that cross, very incisive into a dangerous area right between the
Bravo FC beat Union Coastal 3-0. That's a lovely touch from Walid Husseini. And the dummy from Maida is brilliant. And Aqua is arriving. He sends an early cross. Abdurrahman has missed. Can they score? It's some good defending from Salim to put the ball
back. What a way, but that dummy from Walid Husseini. And you could see that Aqua had so much space, but he did so well. Just bent that one low. It was Stephen DU who was trying to, make amends, but unfortunately, there was so much strength in the whip.
chance. That's nearly the
Elect Sports are trying to charge forward.
Maida stays onside. Here is Kwabne Dumaida. Morale is trying to challenge for it. And the goalkeeper, Mahamad.
So well with those recovery balls with Morale. This time round, almost a foot, away. But it's the first touch again from Kwabne Dumaida. Not the best of first touches. And you can see Morale doing so well.
They've never gone past the first round in any of the CAF inter-club competitions they've played in. And here is Abdurrahman. There's a chance for Nsoatreman to score the opening goal. Abdurrahman, and he's missed, unable to score. How did he miss? This was a clear-cut goal scoring up and made it count.
This time it was a good first touch, but the poor finishing move from Abdurrahman. We've spoken about the number of times those dangerous balls have come from the right-hand side, but just look at that.
Yeah. Husseini. It's a good ball to Abdurrahman. Does he shoot first time? He goes low, and ball is cleared away by Salim. It falls back to Aqua, who swings in across, and Michael Aka is not a view. Twisting and turning down the left-hand side. He won't support it. It's still DU. Enga Jim is approaching, and there's the opening goal for Nsoatreman. Abdurrahman finally breaks the deadlock. It was always going to be him. The target man hits the back of the net. Nsoatreman 1. Elect Sport of Chad 0.
And also Maida, and just look at that. That's so well to hang on to the ball. Ingando Jim, trying to police him over there, but then look at that cross. It was a some-shots one. And the header onto the turf, making it difficult for Bashir to head or get his hands on that one, but that was a good move to dummy him to the wrong side. Created enough space, and the finishing was just sweet.
Abdurrahman Isaka is trying to find Maida. He's all alone. Has the ball down to the goal scorer, Abdurrahman, to Maida. He goes in. Here is Maida through the middle. Michael Aka. Here is Maida. Can he score the second? And Nsoatreman have doubled their lead. It's Kwabna Edu Maida who makes it 2-0 for Nsoatreman. The perfect start they've been looking forward to in this preliminary round of game.
Tell you what, this is a goal you should be seeing in the final, not in the prelims, but just look at that. Maida starting the move, and that ball again back to him. And you could see it was Nedingam trying to play the offside trap. He was trying to play Maida offside, but just look at Maida. That's so well. Continues with his run after finding his teammate, and the ball back to him. And just look at that. Took his time. Just lows were not coming, and now they look calmer. Yeah, passing the ball around lovely.
Edu Maida on his bike again. Here is Maida. He goes for the first time. Now Walid. Abdurrahman makes it 3 for Nsoatreman. They are on some demolition exercise. It's only 34 minutes, but the team from Nsoatreman are leading by 3 goals to 0 here at the Accra Sports Stadium. Again, just a brace, but look at Kwabna Edu Maida. That ball to the middle, and the dummy by Walid.
Azali playing to find Maida. He had space, but I love the directness about Maida. He just goes one touch, and he was thinking Walid would get there. Walid fakes and run that, and there was no way he was going to miss this. And all they needed was the first goal in Nsoatreman. They were banging on the doors of Elect Sport. They just needed the first goal to get away, and now they have it. And yeah, I'm really struggling with his movement this afternoon.
Halftime whistle at the Accra Sports Stadium. The Ghanaians and Nsoatreman have taken a comfortable 3-0 lead here against Elect Sport of Chad. is a preliminary round game in the CAF Confederations Cup, a debut campaign for Nsoatreman, and it's begun in majestic fashion, at least in the opening 45 minutes plus 2 minutes of additional time. It's been a dominant and an inspiring performance from Nsoatreman. Half-time at the Accra Sports Stadium, Nsoatreman 3, Elexport 0. Sport FC. We are live on Max TV and also live on Star Times. My name is Nana, Dark Africa a couple of times, unlike Nsoatreman, who are making regional home grounds. In case you just joined us, this venue, the Accra Sports Stadium, aided their qualification into the African Confederations Cup. Goalkeeper Daniel Afaju is captain for the side this afternoon, and the Chadians are also captained by. There we go. Elexport gets us going here in Accra. Trying to make the first incursion into the game, and Isaka Mohammed for Nsoatreman. Now Shaibu Idrisu. There's a handball, free kick for Jens. Balak's ball, nearly an own goal, and they get another corner.
Early.
Here is Danny Carlis up against Aqua. Cross delivered, nearly the own opening goal for Elexport, and Isaka.
Holds up play so well. And that's Max, and just look at that cross, very incisive into a dangerous area right between the
Bravo FC beat Union Coastal 3-0. That's a lovely touch from Walid Husseini, and the dummy from Maida is brilliant, and Aqua is arriving. He sends an early cross. Abdurrahman has missed. Can they score? It's some good defending from Salim to put the ball
back. What a way, but that dummy from Walid Husseini, and you could see that Aqua has so much space, but he did so well. Just bent that one low. It was Stephen DU who was trying to, make amends, but unfortunately, there was so much strength in the whip.
Chance. That's nearly the
Elexport are trying to charge forward.
Maida stays onside. Here is Kwabne Dumaida. Morale is trying to challenge for it, and the goalkeeper Mahamad
so well with those recovery balls with Morale. This time round, almost a foot, away. But it's the first touch again from Kwabne Dumaida. Not the best of first touches. And you can see Morale doing so well.
They've never gone past the first round in any of the CAF inter-club competitions they've played in. And here is Abdurrahman. There's a chance for Nsoatreman to score the opening goal. Abdurrahman, and he's missed, unable to score. How did he miss? This was a clear-cut goal scoring up, made it count.
This time it was a good first touch, but a poor finishing move from Abdurrahman. We've spoken about the number of times those dangerous balls have come from the right-hand side, but just look at that.
Yeah. Husseini. It's a good ball to Abdurrahman. Does he shoot first time? He goes low, and ball is cleared away by Salim. It falls back to Aqua, who swings in across, and Michael. Hello, welcome back for second half of this CAF Confederations Cup game between Nsoatreman FC of Ghana and Elexport of Chad. The Ghanaians took a commanding 3-0 lead into this halftime break, and they restart the game for the second half action.
Yeah, that was a pretty good first half for them, but I'm not sure they are done yet.
And they win the first foul of the second half just outside the box, and it's the danger man Stephen DU who wins the free kick for the Ghanaian representatives in the CAF Confederations Cup, and is in a very dangerous position.
It starts the second half just like you ended the first. That's what they're doing. They're not taking their foot off the pedal in Nsoatreman. They know it's a two-legged affair. If they have the advantage, you have to score as many as you can. You need to be ruthless in games like this.
Free kick for Nsoatreman. Will it be Michael Aka? Diu or Walid Husseini. It is Walid Husseini, and it's just onto the top of the goal post. It's a goal kick.
Yeah, and even Diu appreciates that effort from his teammate. Don't close the stands, but the most difficult task is to get it over the wall. He does that, but not precise enough to hit the target.
Here's Abdulrahman. He's already on 2 goals. He wins the throw-in for Nsoatreman. They are leaving no stone unturned, like you said. They began the second half like how they ended the first half, not giving the opponents any breathing space whatsoever. Here is Nedingam. Ball is cleared away. Setcher with a powerful header. Throwing in Nsoatreman.
Yeah, sometimes football can be a funny sport. You are 3-0 up, and the next minute it's 3-1, 3-2. You just don't, allow your opponent any time and space. You just don't give them any false hope at all. And that's what Nsoatreman are trying to do now. They had their moments in the first half, and they are trying to just, keep that intact. The 3-0 lead is very, very crucial for them if they want to sail through to the next round.
Here is Daniel Amu. Now Mohamed Isaka. To Amu. He wins the free kick.
He really struggled to deal with his positioning this afternoon. Amu playing as a deep-lying playmaker. He's been great.
His awareness and composure on the ball has been brilliant, but you know what? I see someone down, and it's obvious it is Maida. I think he tried to make a move and was caught by Morale, but it's at the blind side of the referee, so he's not even watching that direction. Now he spotted him, and it whistles for him to be attended to.
It looks more like an off-the-ball incident, Maida, and I think it was Morale who's playing as a left-back for Elect Sport. Sometimes players get away with things like that, sometimes they don't. But I think that was reading, close proximity of the assistant referee, who could have seen what happened, actually.
There's good news for Ghana's Premier League champions all the way in Douala, Cameroon. Samatex are leading 1-0 in Cameroon. Emmanuel Mama, the scorer for Samatex.
Huge result for them.
Victoria United of Limbe 0, Samatex 1 here in Accra. Nsoatreman 3, Elect Sport of Chad 0. Nsoatreman and Samatex taking huge inspiration from Mediama and Dreams FC, who represented Ghana in a successful way in last season's continental competitions.
Yeah, can't call themselves the Trailblazers.
It's amazing how DU has gone all the way to defend deep in his own territory. Aqua. A bit clumsy in that area. Salim. Now DU. Walid Husseini. Here's Idrisu. Michael Aka. Walid Husseini to Shaibu Idrisu. Isaka is a patient build-up. They're not in a rush to make things happen. Playing to a very rehearsed pattern in Nsoatreman, and it's obvious what Isaka wants to do to the middle, where there's Amu, and Amu goes through to find Abdulrahman. The back heel doesn't work, and the ball is now on for captain of the side, Danny Carl. Ebenezer Setcher fights for it, and he wins the free kick for Nsoatreman.
Sums up his afternoon. Danny Carl, the skipper, has really struggled to deal with, the presence of both Setcher and Isaka Mohammed. We've seen some wayward shots from him in the game, but nothing productive at all, and it's due to the awareness, and the tactical discipline of these two centre-backs. It made life very, very difficult for him here.
Good ball from Amu. Now here's Aka. Keeper handled the ball outside his area. He gets the card for this one. It's a marching of orders. Red card is a good decision. Referee displaying his knowledge and his authority to perfection. That's a good ball from Amu. Aka didn't give up. He made a touch. A goalkeeper, I'm not sure he intended to touch it, but anyways, he touched it.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you apply the rules. You just don't bend around the rules, and that's what the referee is doing now. That's what he's doing. You could see the flick from Balak, and that was a good ball from deep from Amu. And you could see what Balak was trying to do. He was just trying to flick that one past Bashir, but that pass is a world-class pass from deep from Amu, who's been so, impressive this afternoon. But just look at that, and Balak wasn't even trying to control that. He was just leaning towards, the left-hand side, and I think it's the right call. It's the right call. Bashir would feel that, you just feel hard done by, but that's just the right call.
The rules have been applied, and Elect Sport will play with a numerical disadvantage from now because their goalkeeper Muhammad Bashir has been sent off. Let's see who comes in to replace him. So one player will go off and he will be replaced by a goalkeeper. Difficult times for Elect Sport. Nsoatreman will be thinking about getting more goals at this point.
It seems they'll have to wait for a while as Elect Sport try and effect that substitution.
Goalkeeper Samson Duguemi will be the one to come in after Mehmet Bashir had been red carded. Muhammad Bashir picked up 3 goals already. He's going to take an early shower. It'll be interesting to see who is taken off for Samson Duguemi to take his place. I mean, the on-field players.
Yeah, but if you're 3-0 down, what do you do now with your goalkeeper being sent off? What you try to do now is just, try and play some damage control, not concede too many goals, because it's obvious that even with 11 men, they consider 3, and now they are in man down.
Ali Dukuni will go out for Samson Duguemi.
Well, like we said, you just have to sacrifice an attacker because now you're not scoring, and you still need to, protect that 3-0 deficit heading into the second leg. It's just important that you play that card. Just sacrifice an attacker. Let's keep a shape probably, in a 5-3-1 formation, 4-3-2 or so, and just hope to see through the end of this, very, very challenging game.
Walid Husseini was unsuccessful in the previous free kick. Now he's moved a bit far from it. I think it's going to be DU, but the question is, does he set up Walid Husseini or he goes for goal? Let's see what they do with this one. Free kick for Nsoatreman. They're already 3 goals up. He goes slow. He's looking for Aka.